Right, this is Sir Walter Scott, which is an old Bachmann loco. It's a A1 class, and I'm pretty pleased with it. It came in the Bachmann set 30-090. It came in a wooden box, and it came with a Class 40 locomotive. And that's a diesel, and this is the A1 steam train 60143 Sir Walter Scott. And I've done a few things to it. I've added the lights, I've added the connections at the front, I've put some coal in the tender, I've put brass nameplates on it, I've put some men in it, and it does look pretty good. What's worth noting is it has no pickups in the tender, and I'm not sure that it's DCC ready. There's no cables going from the tender, but as an analogue train it's pretty cool. This is the back of Sir Walter in the footplate, and you can see I've added the doors. What I've done where it's lacking detail is I've used a cocktail stick and gold and silver paint just to highlight the levers, and you can just see to the right of the picture the spade I've put on top of the coal. Anyway, let's get it running, and we're running it over Insel Frog points, and it has no pickups in the tender, so we'll see. Right, here comes Sir Walter Scott, running over Insel Frog points, no pickups in the tender, and you can see it's running so nice. Here comes Sir Walter again, and here we go, and you can see over Insel Frog points. It's so smooth. And here comes Sir Walter, going around curve points, and it's superb. I really am pleased with how this runs. Here comes Sir Walter Scott. Comes Sir Walter Scott. Comes Sir Walter. That's a seriously tight bend. Well, I didn't do too badly for this. I paid £149 for it, for Sir Walter Scott and the Type 40. The Type 40 didn't have any lights in it, but I've had some put in, so that's pretty cool. Here comes Sir Walter Scott. And I'm really impressed with this. Pulling these coaches no problem. I'm going to put it on the inner part of the track, and that really is tight, the following the closest right hand bend to you. Some of my locos won't go around it, understandably so. But I mean, this goes round it, slows down a little bit, but hey, it's fantastic. It does run really, really nice. And as I say, I've done a few bits and pieces to it, just to bring it up to modern spec. The brass nameplates make a difference, big time in my view. But it runs really, really nice. Let's give it some pace. Let's get it going. Tell you what, this is one of the best running engines I've got, and it hasn't got pickups in the tender. Absolutely amazing. And here's an overview of Sir Walter Scott running around. You can see it's a class act. That's the outer loop. And that's the inner loop. And we'll slow it down. And remember, there's no pickups in the tender. And these are Insull frog points. And this is slow. As you can see, this is so slow. And even if we put it on really tight bend, it might even stop on this right hand bend because it is tighter than radius 2. It may even stop. But no, still going. Let's give it a little bit more pace now. No, we're really pleased with this. It does run really well. Right, this is a class 40, part of the Bachmann 30-090 set. And in this set, Sir Walter Scott comes an A1 class locomotive. And this diesel doesn't have any lights. Now if you get these for the right price, it's worth doing. Now I've had lights put in it and they work exactly the same as the latest Bachmann class 40 lights, and on eBay he's known as Stick Swipe, Jason, and he's put lights in several locos for me and always done a fantastic job. And you can probably just see the cab lights and the rear lights. I will demonstrate better when we get it running around, and it brings it right up to scratch because externally it's exactly the same as a later class 40 which I used as the Great Train Robbery locomotive. But perfect detail, lovely looking loco. You pay the right. I mean, people are asking 225 for the whole set. I wouldn't pay it. because the diesel doesn't have lights. The locomotive does not look DCC ready like the newer locomotives. It doesn't have power pickup in the tender. Not that it makes any difference because it runs round absolutely superbly. And you know, by the time we've spent 50 quid having the lights done, that's £200, which is £100 each for 2 locomotives. So you get it if you pay £150 for the set, factoring £50 for the lights for the diesel to bring it up to spec, I think it's an okay deal. If you pay £250, I think you're paying too much. And as I've said, stick swipe on eBay, Jason, he's done a couple of Class 20s for me and he does a fantastic job. And I'll show you it running round. Can you see the lights? They're superb, the head code, it really is superb. And you can see again, it's class. And I move it back the other way and you will see the tail lights, which again, absolutely superb. Here we go, both locos from the set. There goes the Class 40, and here comes Sir Walter. Just see the Class 40 coming around now, and here comes Sir Walter Scott. Here comes a Class 40 now, pulling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 coaches. You'll see it coming through now. No problem at all. Move right if you want to sit down, move it. You don't have to stay there, does it? And here comes the Class 40 now. Absolutely superb. Right, this is a part of track we know cork, but I've set it to this light so you can see the lights on the diesel on the Class 40. Here comes Sir Walter Scott and the Class 40. Here comes the Class 40. Here comes Sir Walter. Here comes Sir Walter Scott. And here we go, with this Bachmann set. We've got the Class 40 and we've got Sir Walter Scott, and you can see both the trains coming together now with their respective passenger trains. My God, that is close. And because Sir Walter's doing the outer loop, we're going to see the Class 40 come through on its own. And in the background, you can see Sir Walter Scott coming through now with his 10 Pullman cars. Class 40 is just coming through now, and my God, these coaches are close. They can hold hands as they come through.
Yeah.
And you just see the Class 40 coming around the corner now.